All right, buddy, it's that time. It's time to look at all the decks that made day two at the World Championships 2025. I'm super excited for this because Worlds was a pretty fun experience. I was there. I wasn't competing, but I was there spectating and watching. It was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed my time in Anaheim. Never been to LA before, so I got to do a little bit of exploring. My trip was kind of soured by Air Canada going on strike, so my flight home got canceled. I was supposed to come back Saturday, so I wanted to watch party on Sunday, but I'm back home now after a long 2 days of traveling. I'm finally back home. Crazy stuff. But yeah, we're gonna crack into it here. Worlds was pretty insane. Like I said, the meta honestly was kind of like not boring, but the decks that did well, maybe we expected. There's like a couple cool decks in top eight here that nobody really would have thought of. Like there's a secret Zorak deck here that we'll look at in a minute, but still the results were really interesting, and it was cool to see what the top players actually brought to the tournament. I think the stories were pretty cool. We saw Riley McKay win Worlds after just getting second place at last tournament, NEIC. Pretty crazy stuff. If y'all are new to the second channel, make sure to subscribe down below. Now that I'm back, finally in the upload grind, I really did not like not uploading for so long while I was away because of the extra days that I had to not be home because of the Air Canada strike. But we back now, baby. So, yeah, Riley McKay did win Worlds here with Gardevoir. No surprise Guardy won Worlds. I literally said in my prediction video, Guardy, Poltnor are probably going to be the two decks having the highest chance of winning Worlds. Look at that. Both of them in the finals. Guardy ended up winning. Obviously, Guardy's got a really good Poltnor matchup. Riley's build here was pretty teched for the meta, which was mostly a Goldango meta, which we'll look at that in a minute. Pardon me. Sorry if I, have you voice cracks in this video. It's I'm sick right now. I got sick this weekend, unfortunately. But yeah, his list played Fluttermane in it, which Fluttermane is really good against Gardevoir, or Gardevoir, good against Goldango because you can shut off the ability of coin bonus. You get a lot of spread with Hex Hurl, and then with 4 Monkey Dories, you can set up a really cool Devo board wipe play versus Goldango. This is basically how you beat Goldango with Gardevoir, which is supposed to be Guardy's worst matchup, is Goldango. But with the Fluttermane and the Devo, it's a bit easier to manage, a little bit easier to beat with Flutter Devo. And yeah, this build was pretty cool to see Riley take it all. Everything else just checks out. I mean, there's no Drifloon in here or anything, obviously. No Jellicent. Those were some of the popular Guardy partners this weekend. But yeah, he did opt to play the Fluttermane Devo in the deck, which I thought was pretty cool. So we can go here to the statistics. We can actually see what the meta looked like. So the day one meta share, Goldango was the most played deck. 22% of the meta. That's a lot. I didn't predict Goldango to be that high. So it was really crazy to see Goldango be 22% of the day one meta. Then we did see a lot of players were playing it. 162 people playing Goldango in day one is actually pretty crazy, to be honest with you. Dragapult and Guardy were also up there. Guardy 91 players playing it. Dragapult 123 people playing the Poltnor build. Everything else just kind of 72, 34 people on Grim. Grim was a lot more. I thought Grim was going to be a bit more popular. I would have expected Grim to be between Guardy and Raging Bolt. I didn't expect Raging Bolt to be so high. I thought there was going to be more people playing Grim this weekend, but there wasn't. I also thought there was going to be more Charizard. I mean, if you want to combine Polt and Pidgeysard together, but that's only 5%, or 6% even. A lot less people are on Charizard than I thought. I thought Charizard was going to be even higher too. Marnie and Charizard were a little bit less played than I thought they would be, which is kind of crazy to be honest with you. And I guess looking at the day two meta here, Goldango was 29%, and then Dragapult was 16%. So 38 people in day two with Goldango. Just everybody was playing Goldango this weekend. There was so much Goldango, it's actually kind of crazy. This is the Goldango World Championships, to be honest with you. We saw Justin Newdorf here in the finals with the Poltnor deck. Poltnor, obviously, probably the second best deck in the format, maybe behind Gardevoir. Obviously, the finals, pretty unfavored, I would say, for this deck. Still winnable, though, but it is a bit of an uphill battle for sure. And Poltnor doing well, not surprising to see. We did see a Raging Bolt in top 4 here, though. It was actually an Owl build with the Shenpao in the deck. The Shenpao is really nice because you can remove the stadium with it. You got the 3 Area Zeros in there, Prime Catcher, Ditto, the Baby Crydon in there. Just kind of normal Raging Bolt stuff. But yeah, Raging Bolt in top 4 is actually kind of cool to see. I didn't expect to see it make top 4. There was a couple Charizards in the top 8 too, which I expected Charizard to do well this tournament, but 2 in top 8 was actually kind of crazy. Both builds were actually playing Dusknoir, I think, which is something that I also didn't expect. I didn't think Dusknoir and Charizard was going to be very popular because I didn't think that this build was really good into Dragapult. Because you see there's no Monkey Dory in the deck. Still plays Max Belt and Mist Energy, which helps a little bit against Dragapult, but especially the Dragapult matchup to still be pretty unfavored for this deck. So it's kind of crazy to see 2 Zard Dusknoir decks in the top 4 or top 8 here. And then we got another one. This one's a bit different. Does still play the Dusknoir. Does have a Squawkabilly in the deck. Also playing Secret Box as the A-Spec with a Research. And there's even a Mezagoza in the deck, which is kind of cool too to find some Pokemon. And still plays that Mist Energy in here. But there's no Monkey Dory. It's not like the Gabriel Fernandez build that we've all been used to with the Dark Energy and the Monkey and stuff. Just kind of like classic Charizard, to be honest. Like the old school Charizard deck with the Dusknoir and the Pidgeot and stuff. Like, it's kind of crazy that these were the builds that did well. Made top 8, because you'd think, like, I guess this deck does farm Goldengo pretty easily, but, like, it's crazy to see that this was the one that did so good in the tournament. I guess the Dusknoir does help a lot, though, against, like, walls and stuff, like Crustle. Like, I'm pretty sure we'd see this person here on Charizard. They were on stream against Crustle, like, round 4 or something. So, like, it's, like, a good matchup, I guess. So, kind of crazy. All right, we got the secret Zoroark deck here in the top 8. It was Zoroark with Cornerstone and Wellspring. So, this build was kind of cool. It's a very unique take on the Zoroark engine deck. So it's not really using Darmanitan. There's no like Petra or anything in here. It's Zoroark, Reshiram, Monkey Dory with Cornerstone to beat Goldengo. Because Zoroark's arguably like one of its toughest matchups is Goldengo. You would think that even with like Darmanitan, the matchup would be winnable, but still is kind of tough. We saw this build was playing the Cornerstone Ogerpon as a way to deal with Goldengo. So you would just go Turbo Energize, build up a Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. That's how you beat Goldengo. You have a Cornerstone with 3 Monkey Dory in the deck. Like, you're just always healing against Baby Dangos and Scizors, and you're just demolishing. Like, Goldengo's biggest weakness is Cornerstone. A lot of people didn't really tech for it that much, or if they were teching for it, it was, like, very limited, like, just the Baby Dango. So the Cornerstone really just puts in a lot of work, because you're playing a Zoroark deck, which is pretty good against Dragapult and Gardevoir, but then you also can beat the Goldengos pretty easily with the Corner Mass. So it's actually a really cool take on Zoroark here. It's like the secret, I would say that was like the Secret Worlds deck. We saw Piper here in top 8 with Goldengo, with the 1/1 Togekiss. I like Togekiss. I was experimenting Togekiss a little bit when Black Bull White Flare came out with Goldengo, because it's actually pretty good. Like, Togekiss actually helps a lot in the mirror, and pretty good actually, even into like a weird matchup like Typhlosion, believe it or not, it can come up. So, the Togekiss is really cool to see in the list for sure. Still has Baby Dango in there, which Baby Dango's is good in a lot of situations. Togekiss really does like offset a lot of situations, like even against like a deck with Chiyu. They go Chiyu, you knock it out, you take 2 prizes. It's like, oh, cool. Your 1 prizer is worth 2 prizes. So obviously, it's on, reliance on a coin flip. It's not always guaranteed to hit, but when it does hit, it's pretty dang broken. So it's really cool to see Piper here do so well with the Goldengo Togekiss build. So that was cool to see. She really got unlucky in her top 8 match where she prized 3 Gimme Ghouls against Raging Bull. Like, that's just very unfortunate. But other than that, this deck's really good. It's probably maybe the best way to play Dango right now, to be honest with you. Because how good the Togekiss is for the mirror. We had another Zoroark in top 8. All right, this one was a bit different. It did play the Toedscruel in the deck and the 2 Reshiram. I think this is the same build that Gabriel Fernandez played in the finals, the seniors division. So yeah, it was cool to see the Zoroark Toedscruel deck in at the top 8. So 2 Zoroark in top 8. That's something that I expected Zoroark to be a decent play for Worlds. I didn't expect 2 in top 8, especially because neither of them were playing at the Darmanitan in the deck, which I thought was still like optimal. But they're all playing stuff like Toedscruel, Cornerstone Ogerpon in the deck. Some pretty crazy stuff for sure. So it was cool to see the 2 Zoroarks. I'm a big fan of Zoroark. It's like probably my second favorite deck to play right now behind Goldengo. So yeah, really cool. Yeah, this one's got 2 Janine in here. It's a bit more just kind of like a tempo build. We see Binding Mochi, Janine, Blood Moon, Petrun's in the deck. You can obviously build a Petrun with like E-Switch, Janine, stuff like that. So cool stuff, yeah. It's interesting to see double Zoroark decks in the top 8. Aside here, we did have Landon Caitlor on the Goldengo deck. Also, a bit more of a straightforward approach here. The Baby Genesect, the Baby Dango does have the Iron Bundle in the deck, and does play the double Lavencia, Picnic Basket, 2 Cypher, 4 Arven, 4 Boss. It's kind of like the normal Dango stuff we've been seeing. Another Polnor here in top 16. The double Jamming Tower. You're going to see a lot of the same, like the Polnor and the Dango lists. I mean, the Dangos might look a bit different, but a lot of the Polnors and stuff are probably going to look the same. Another Goldengo. The highest placing Goldengo deck with the Scizor here is in top 16. Did play double Brock Scouting, which is a very unique take on the deck. No Turo, though. Does have double Picnic and Monkey Dory, though, I guess, to make up for the lack of Turos in the deck. So that's kind of cool, I guess. What else do we got here? Got another Zard in top 16 with the Pichu in the deck. So Pichu making top 16 at World. This card's really cool. Like, it's got potential. If you don't know what it does, zapping draw. 30 damage for 0 energy, draw a card. Knocks out Buddy and draws you a card. It's pretty cool, actually. It's a very unique take on Zard with the Pichu in there. Again, playing Max Belt, Mist Energy, Dusknoir once again. So all these Zard decks this weekend were on Dusknoir. Didn't expect to see that, not gonna lie. Was not expecting them to all be on Dusknoir. Another Gholdengo. This one's got the baby Genesect and the Scizor. This is like the more straightforward approach we've been seeing in the weeks leading up to Worlds with the baby Dengo, or the baby Genesect and the Scizor. We got Cal Connor here in top 16 with his Guardy list. Was playing Drifloon, Quad Monkey Dory, no Fluttermane, but yeah, just did have the Drifloon in there. And then another Poltnor with a Elgyem in here. The Elgyem's really funny because it's good against Mirror because you can move the energy off the Dragapult and stuff in the Mirror and whatnot. And then you can set up like insane plays with Dusknoir. It's really cool to see the Elgyem technology in the Poltnors. And then we had a Joltik Gholdengo in top 16. Now, this deck actually will be looked at once again in this video, but this deck, spoiler alert, did win another division. So this deck is actually a world-winning deck, believe it or not, the Joltik Dengo deck, which might be more of like, I don't even know if you can call this a meme anymore since it did win Worlds, but this deck was in top 16 at Worlds, so clearly the deck's pretty good. This build's got 4 Brock, 4 Arven, 4 Boss, just straight 4 of the supporters, the 1 of Turo. It's got the Galvantula in there, which is nice, and then you got the 2 Levincias, the Prime Catcher Stay spec, so really cool to see the Joltik Dengo deck do so well here. It's just a very crazy approach to playing Gholdengo. And then outside the top, outside here, we do have a Dragapult deck with a Cornerstone Ogerpon. So, yeah, trying to be a little bit more disruptive against Gholdengo, which is like the straight pulse like hardest matchup is obviously going to be the Gholdengo matchup. We do see the Cornerstone in there to help, and they've got the Sudowoodo in the deck with Impound, which is you got Maractus and Sudowoodo. It's like 2 trappers, but you also have Sudowoodo's other attack here, try to imitate. So Sudowoodo's kind of cool. I heard a lot of rumors about how good Sudowoodo is in this format. Because people are really underestimating how good this card actually is, which is kind of crazy. Is it better than Maractus, though? Because it does have a 1 retreat, which is, like, a bit better. But I don't know. It's cool to see this, like, Dragapult packaged pile stuff in the top 32 here. We got the Guardy Jelly played by Keon. This is what Henry Chow and Isaiah Bradner played to Worlds. They played Guardy with the Jellicent. The Jellicent's cool because it's good in the mirror. It can be good against Gholdengo, obviously, which is, like, the main like purpose of it. You go like against Gholdengo, it item locks them, and you get some Devo plays against them. You could argue it's a bit better than Fluttermane. It's cool to see it nonetheless. Yeah, not bad for sure. We got Julian here. I think he was playing the same 60 as Piper here with the Togus and stuff. And the Raging Bolt. So one did have the Terapagos, the Briar, the Counter Catcher. This is like another way you can win the game with Raging Bolt. You can use Terapagos Briar for a game, which gives you a little bit more of an interesting win con, which is quite nice. Another Gholdengo played by Kieran here. Kieran Farah just played a very straightforward Gholdengo deck. 3 Cypher, 2 Turo, Baby Dengo, Genesect, Monkey Dory, and stuff like that. Another Raging Bolt. It's all just Gholdengo, Raging Bolt, Gholdengo, Raging Bolt. Another Raging Bolt, once again, just playing the Noctowl package. Shempow's also in the deck there. There's a lot more Shempow in them this weekend. Another Dengo played by Gabe Smart. Was playing the Revroom. I like Revroom a lot, actually, in Gholdengo right now. We'll look at another really cool take on Gholdengo very shortly that I got to see a lot of the European players bring. But, yeah, the Revroom is actually really strong Gholdengo right now. Like, honestly, if I'm playing Dengo, I'm considering playing a 1-1 Revroom in the deck. It's really good to have, in my opinion. Especially if you're already playing, like, 2 Levincia. Like, why not play it? Then we got the Raging Bolt once again, so I didn't play Shenpao. Another Guardy with the Fluttermane in there and the 2 Devo. So, a little bit more heavy for the Gholdengo matchup with the double Devo and the Fluttermane in there. Another Dengo, just the 1-1 Scizor. Did have a Wash Tower in there. A couple Poltnors here. See if there's anything crazy. Yeah, just 2 Poltnors. All right, cool. Another Dengo. This one had the baby Genesect and the baby Dengo, but no Scizor in there. And then we got another Dengo with the baby Dengo and the 2 Genesect. No Scizor, no baby Genesect. We got a Terror Box here in top there, 2 played by Alex Shemansky. Now, Alex's build is actually really cool to see because it was Terror Box with like a hint of EV package stuff. We saw a 1-1 line of Leafeon in the deck, which I guess is like really good into Grimmsnarl with Mossagate. Also, Verdant Storm can be nice in some situations. So it's cool to see Alex playing the Leafeon. I guess it does help actually against Dragapult too. That's like Terror Box is like not a bad deck. Actually, it beats Gholdengo. Gholdengo was not playing Venture Bomb this weekend for the most part, anyways. So like you're good into Gholdengo. But, like, Dragapult Guardy can be tough. But if you have, like, Leafeon with Mossagate, kind of easy to beat. Also, nobody was playing Shaman this weekend, which is obviously really good for Wellspring Ogerpon, which is, like, one of the main reasons why. It was, like, a good call. Because, yeah, no one was really playing the Shaman, right? So, cool stuff. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Then we got Hoa Marujan top 32. It did it. But this build is kind of wacky. There's a lot of interesting stuff in here that you don't usually see. So we got a Petron and a Monkey Dory EX, which is like the two standouts. If you don't know what Monkey Dory does, it's got an ability where obviously if you have Petron in play, right? Petron EX in play, your opponent takes one fewer prize for KOing Monkey Dory. So if they knock the Monkey Dory out, they take one less prize when you have Petron on the board. So you can force this guy in the active and make it a one prizer. It's kind of funny. Then you got Petron EX in the deck, which can obviously still attack. You play 3 Prism, the 1 Legacy. Really cool that Ho Rouge made it to the top 32. It's not a bad deck for the tournament, so it's cool, like I said, to see in top 32. It's a pretty good result for the deck. Nice stuff. We got another Goldengo here. This one played the Dusknoir. A lot of different takes on Goldengo this weekend, folks. One of them was playing Dusknoir. It's because it allows you to take extra prizes, like be more aggressive, basically. Yeah, Dusknoir's not bad. I've been seeing a little bit of it in like Japan and stuff, but we never really saw this deck actually have any results yet. But now it's got some decent results behind it here at Worlds. We got Caleb Rogerson playing a really cool Goldengo at Chansey deck here. So I think he was on the same 60 as John Ang, who was on stream at one point. So their Goldengo list was a bit more unique, I guess. Again, there's playing the Chansey and the Ticket. Something you don't usually expect to see in Goldengo, but the idea of the deck is that Chansey's a little similar to what Tokus is trying to do. It's got that lucky bonus ability. If you take it as a face-time prize card, you put on your bench, you flip a coin of heads, take an extra prize. So it's like Tokus, basically, except you don't have to set up a stage 2. Now, you could argue, isn't Tokus just better than Chansey? It might be. But the Chansey package is cool because you can put in the prizes with the help of Redeemable Ticket, which is what you do. You use Ticket to put in the prizes. Also, you have the Ticket if you prize your Research Pro or something. And then also playing a one of Zacian EX, which is good to have against Cornerstone. It's got Steel Armament that you can search check for base metal and put on this Pokemon. You can build up to Slashing Strike to do 210 damage and then knock out the Cornerstone Ogerpon. So, very interesting take. Also playing Academy at Night to put the Chansey on top of the deck for the Redeemable Ticket. To guarantee that the Chansey can be in the prizes a bit more easily. So, really cool take on Goldengo here. Pretty crazy stuff. Yeah, very unique take. I wouldn't have expected to see a build like that do well. Then we got another Straight Bolt here with the 1/1 Dusclops for a little bit of extra damage manipulation. Then we got another Dragonbolt Dusknoir with a 1 of Cornerstone, just being a lot more teched out for the Goldengo matchup. We got a Guardy here with the 1 of Frillish, played by William Azevedo. So he opted to not play the Jellicent in the deck, but he did decide to play the Frillish in here just for the item blocks. The item block's really good. You can beat a Goldengo a lot when they run out of energy. We got another Goldengo, maybe Dango in the Genesect. We got another Dango here, and this is the cool build. This is like what I call the European Dango. So this is what like Yelev and Kempen, a bunch of the Europeans were practicing. I got to see this deck the night before the tournament. It's a very interesting take on Goldengo because it's playing Secret Box and playing Revavroom and a very interesting engine. It's playing 4 Arven, 4 Boss, 2 Toro, and a Petrol in the deck. No Cypher or anything like that. So, very unique take on the Goldengo deck. It's a bit more different because, again, you don't play E-Search Pro. You don't have that, like, immediate, like, explosiveness with E-Search Pro. But it does play 4 Vessels. So, it's a bit easier to find energy. You got the 5 Lightning, the 6 Metal, double Avencia, 3 Stadiums. One of the things I really liked about this deck was actually the Fan Rotom, which is really good in the mirror. Because you have Secret Box. You can go turn Secret Box with, like, Petrol or Arven. You can guarantee a turn 1 fan call with, like, Air Balloon, right? You can Secret Box for, like, Air Balloon, Stadium card. And then you can Fan Rotom in the mirror as a 1 prizer, which is kind of crazy. This is, like, almost better than Baby Dango because it can knock out your opponent's Gimme Ghouls and stuff and Scythers. It's actually a really powerful card in the mirror match. So I really like the inclusion of the Fan Rotom in the deck. So it was a very, very cool take on Dango. I've tried it. It's actually really strong. I had to play against this deck to help Yellow practice with the tournament because I was staying with him. So I really got to experience how good this deck actually is. One thing to take away, there's also 3 Superiors, but the more you play the deck, like, the more you realize you don't really need 4 Superior in this build. But yeah, really, really strong stuff. We had a Pulsar here in top 64. I thought this deck was going to do a bit better for this tournament, but I guess not as many people were really on the Pulsar for Worlds. I thought the deck was actually pretty strong. It's got a good Dango matchup. And the highest placing Grim in top 64. Another deck that I was surprised to see underperform. I thought Grimmsnarl was going to be a lot better for this tournament. But yeah, Grim did kind of mildly flop a little bit. I think the deck's still really powerful in this format right now, but it's interesting to see that it kind of underperformed. We got a Poltnor here. Top 64. Another Raging Bolt with the Slitherwing in there. Playing a Budu. It's interesting. Cool stuff. And then we got another Marnie's Grimmsnarl here in the top 64. Another Dango, played by Maddox, my boy Maddox, with the Scizor, the Richard Bane in there to help against Chiyu. We had another Straight Bolt here with all the crazy techs. Got Cleffa, Budu, 1/1 Toad's Cruel, Maractus, Elgim. Just a lot of just crazy stuff. Sparkling Crystals, Ace Spec over Neo Upper, Lux Cape, Town Store, just a very crazy, like, teched out Dragapult deck here. But it did do well in the tournament. I think Ryuki was playing this too. I think he was on stream at one point. We got Bodhi, who was playing the same build as Piper here with the Tokus. Another Dengo with the 1/1 Scizor. Moonlit Hill in this deck for a bit of healing. We got a Raging Bolt here with the Cornerstone. So a lot of people were scared of the Cornerstone being played this weekend too in Raging Bolt because it does help against Goldengo, which Raging Bolt can beat Dengo, but it's a bit more harder now that they have like Genesect and stuff. We had a Joltik box here do well. And the Joltik box technically did do a little bit better than this because we saw the Goldengo version of the deck do well. But the pure Joltik box deck didn't do as well. But it is a Brave Bangle for the Galvantula technology, the Iron Bundle in there, Pikachu leaves, yeah, just normal Joltik box stuff. Another Raging Bolt here with the Chempao in there. It was a non-Noctowl build, actually. That's what I saw. Another Dengo, the Baby Genesect and the Dengo in there. All right, cool stuff. Another Raging Bolt. It's got the Owls in there and the Chempao. Another Dengo, the Baby Dengo and the Scizor. We got Dragapult Dusknoir here. Another straight pull. Yeah, once again, playing the wacky tech card stuff with like the Toedscruel, the Elgyem, the Maractus and stuff. Just all the techs in the pull deck. Just throw them all in. Why not? We got a Flareon. Now, this is another deck that I was surprised to see underperform. I mean, honestly, Flareon was really good for this tournament because there was so much damn Goldengo. Like, this deck cooks Goldengo. It's like arguably Goldengo's worst matchup, other than literally like a deck playing a Cornerstone Ogerpon. But crazy to see Flareon not do as well. I think the deck is still very good going forward, by the way. I think it's still a strong play. I know Guardy did win, which might be hard. I still like the Umbreon in the deck and stuff. I don't know. I think Flareon is still a very underrated deck right now. Still something that I would consider bringing to any cups and challenges coming up in this format post-Worlds. We got a Poltnorm once again. What else we got here? Another Flareon below it. So yeah, all the Flareons are outside of, in top 64. So again, I thought it should have done a lot better. I guess one thing note, the first Flareon we looked at here didn't play Sylveon. This one does. We got another Pulsard. No Budu or anything. It's interesting. It's got Cleffa, the Chew in there. Secret Box actually has a spec too, which is kind of cool to see. We got another couple Flareons below it. This one's on the Sylveon once again, and then we got this one here also playing the Sylveon, Leafeon stuff. Yeah, I surprised to see Flareon not do as well. In top 64, it's interesting because I thought the deck was a lot better for this tournament. We had a Blissey here played by Fernando, of course, last year's world champion. Did get top 64, so actually still did good at Worlds this year, playing the Blissey deck with the double Cornerstone. It's cool to see him do pretty good with this deck. I mean, the deck's fun to play. We saw him actually, I think it was Monterey where he got second? Yeah, I think it was Monterey where he got second place with the Blissey deck. So he almost won a regional with the Blissey deck. So just kind of stuck to the bit, played Blissey again. Another really cool rogue deck coming out at Worlds here with Steve Blissey. The double Cornerstone, Blissey's supposed to lose to Dengo. You have two Cornerstones, not so much. There you go. We got another Dengo here with the Baby Dengo in there. We got another Poltnor here, the double Budu and stuff. Got another Goldengo. The double Brock Scouting to find your basics. Interesting to see. And then we got a bunch more Poltnors here. Let's quickly look at these. See if there's anything cool going on about the Poltnors. A lot of the Poltnor 60s are fairly similar, 58 cards or 7 cards, usually the same. Another Dengo. It's got a Lana's 8 in there. That's kind of cool. It's a nice way to get your energy, and you can even get Scizor back, which is actually really cool. Yeah, Lana's 8 is I think it's actually a very underrated card in Goldengo. It's a bit hard to find room and fit it, but I think it's actually worth playing in some situations. Another Bolt here with the Terapagos and the Briar. One thing to note, there's a Harlequin. I think Hermione said on Twitter, the Harlequin is kind of a better judge in some situations. Yeah, you flip a coin. If you get heads, you draw 5. Your opponent draws 3 cards. So it's even more disruptive than Judge. So they have going Judge, Rotom or something in some matchups is a bit stronger with Harlequin. It's kind of funny how that works. John Ing here playing the Blissey once again, or the Chansey. Then we got the Henry Chow here playing the Jelly Guardy deck. Making it to day 2. And yeah, we got Yella here on the Goldengo. He was playing one card different than the other build. He had the Baby Dengo minus the Artisan because he found that he wasn't beating, Cornerstone Ogerpon? Or Chiyu, was it? I think it was Chiyu. He said, why put the Baby Dengo in there? But it was really cool to see Yella's Goldengo deck. This is I don't know if it was, yeah, it was definitely probably one of the coolest Dengo decks from this weekend. Because we saw the Joltik deck was also pretty cool too to see that deck do well. But yeah. What else do we got here? More Pulsar stuff. Double Monkey in that build. Another Dragapult pile here with the Sudowoodo, the Cornerstone Ogerpon in there. Another Bolt. It was a Bolt Joltik deck. All right, so Joltik really did well this weekend. Not only do we have Joltik Dengo, Joltik box by itself, then we have Joltik Raging Bolt. I mean, it makes sense. You can put energy into play for Bolt with Jolting Charge, and you get to build up Iron Hands. Gives you a bit more agency against Guardy for Raging Bolt. That's really cool, actually. This is a crazy deck. What the heck? That's a wacky Raging Bolt. That's really cool to see, actually. Guardy with the Frillish, no Jelly. Another Guardy here with the Frillish, and we got another Guardy. That's one at Shaman in it, and the Drifloon. Another Flareon here with the Sylveon. Had the Wellspring in there. Another Poltnor. Another Dragapult with the 1/1 Dusclops. Genesect in there to help against the Dengo matchup. See, I would expect a lot more anti-Goldengo technology here in the Dragal decks. Another Dengo with the Ceruledge played by G-Shen. It was cool to see a G-Shen on in the Ceruledge and the Briar. Something that I played before, played to Atlanta. And the deck's actually really strong because Ceruledge is good in the mirror because you can go 1, 2, 3 in the prize map in the mirror with the Briar. Ceruledge attacks Cornerstone Ogerpon. It gives you another attacker. I just like it. It's really nice. I thought about it. I was talking about it at the Kieran summer camp I was at, leading up to Worlds. Just like Ceruledge actually not that bad in the deck, believe it or not. It's actually pretty good. I mean, another Raging Bolt. The Owls in there. We got a Walls in day 2. That's cool. This is my low-tick wall deck here with the Frigoraph, Cornerstone Ogerpon. I mean, I'm not surprised Walls did well. You're going to struggle against, like, Polt a little bit, and obviously Guardy's not great, but, I mean, it wasn't a bad tournament for Walls, considering all the Goldengo and stuff. Another Dengo, the baby Dengo in there. We got another Flareon box deck here. Another Raging Bolt. Poltnor. Yeah, more stuff the same. Another Marnie's Grim. Again, another deck I'm surprised that just underperformed. Another Dengo. It's got the Scizor and the baby Genesect in there. Another Poltnor. Let's try to skim through some of these decks here. We're almost out of the... we're almost done here, folks. Another Guardy with the one of Frillish. Another Poltzard with the Pidgeot. I like that. Also, Enhanced Hammer is cool against, like, Mist Energy. It's got the Luxcape in there. A bit of a... I guess it's more of, like, a hybrid approach, right? Something that I've been trying out, actually, is more hybrid approach to, like, Poltzard with Pidgeot. Because it's got a 3/3 one-line of Dragapult in there. We had Joltik box here. A lot of Joltik stuff. Joltik piles are the new wave, I guess. Just put Joltik with anything. Joltik Dragapult, folks. You heard it here first. We got another Raging Bull with Cornerstone. Another Dengo with the Dusknoir in there. It's kind of cool, man. The Dusknoir Dengo deck could be good going forward. Who knows? Another Zoroark. This one was the same one with the Cornerstone Wellspring technology. I guess one of they note, the Wellspring, you can't attack with it with Torrential Bomb. It's only here for the Sob, technically, right? Then we got another Charizard. This one was the Bombzard deck, the Charizard Dusknoir deck. Just trying to, like, just blow your opponent up, make this big Zard at the end that just does a million damage. Pretty cool stuff. Another Guardy with the Frillish. Another Pidgeysar with the 1/1 Noctowl. That's cool to make the deck a little bit more consistent. Did play the Monkey Dory in the dark, the Max Belt, the stuff I thought we were going to see do well, but there's a Dusknoir that did well. Another Pulsar here with the double Monkey it saw. Then we got another Togespill, same one that Piper was playing here. Another Joltik box. Another Dengo with the Cornerstone. See, I like Cornerstone and Dengo too right now because it's, like, really funny against in the mirror match. Because, like, you can, like, solo them, or you can take first 2 prize with the Cornerstone technically, right? Another Polt. And we got 3 more Dengos. Let's see. We got Dengo with Baby Dengo. Dengo with Baby Genesect and Baby Dengo. And that one had a Venture Bomb in it. And then we got another Dengo here with the Baby Dengo and the Monkey. And then we got another Dragapult. 2 more Dengos. Got the Secret Box bill we looked at before, and got the Ceruledge bill we saw G-Shen play. Another Raging Bolt with the Cornerstone in there for the Goldengo matchup. Just everyone was just so much Goldengo hate, but it was rightfully so. It was the most played deck in the tournament, right? Why would you not tech for it? Another Guardy with the Jelly in there and the Drifloon 1/1 package. We got a Zard with the Monkey, the Max Belt, and Mist Energy Dark, yeah, the normal stuff. Another Joltik box with the Baby Genesect in there. Another Raging Bolt, and then another Poltnor, 2 more Goldengos. One's got the Baby Genesect in the bundle, and the Scizor, and the Moonlit Hill in there, I saw. And then just another Dengo. The Poltnor, this one's got a Maractus in it. Another Dengo, the 1/1 Scizor. And we got Pulsard, and finally, Marnie's Grimmsnarl to round out the day 2 at the World Championships. There you go, folks. Those are the Worlds results. Again, a lot of Dengo, a lot of Dragapult, a lot of Guardy. Guardy winning Worlds did not surprise me to see. I mean, we maybe honestly, if we saw the Goldengo or the Zoroark deck do a little bit better and they won, like if they made it top four, I wouldn't be surprised if Dengo or Zoroark also won the tournament. Dengo, I mean, Piper's list was really good, I think, to win Worlds because like she had a little bit of more extra support for the Charizard matchup with the Tokus, which helps a little bit against Chiyu, and obviously like Dengo pretty good into Guardy. I mean, obviously there was Flutter Mane in the deck, which could have changed things. But it would have been cool to see Piper in the finals with Dengo because I think the Goldengo deck probably had a decent route to winning Worlds if Piper did not prize all those gimme ghouls there. But yeah, cool stuff to see nonetheless at the World Championships here. Of course, these results will impact what we'll see in Pittsburgh, sorry. Some cool stuff in top 32. Ho Armor Rouge in top 32. Terror Box in top 32. Some very cool Goldengo piles. I guess actually one thing to note real quick. You should go to the Seniors division. Because, yeah, the deck that won Seniors was the Goldengo Joltik deck. We saw Gabe Fernandez in the finals playing in that Zoroark deck in top 8 with the Toadscruel, but wasn't able to beat the Joltik Dengo deck. I mean, Iron Hand's just really powerful. Yeah, this deck is really funny, but it is a World Championship deck now, right? The Goldengo Joltik Iron Hands deck is a World Championship deck. It's kind of funny. People are going to buy these Worlds decks, and they're going to be like, oh, Goldengo's cool. I get to play Dengo, because it's going to be, this most likely going to be one of the World Championship decks that they sell at Walmart for this tournament. But it's not actually like, it's not playing Esearch Pro in the deck. It's funny how that worked out, but yeah, cool stuff, for sure. We saw, yeah, Gabe Fernandez here in the finals with the thing. Almost so close to having the perfect season. And then Juniors Division, we saw Raging Bull win. And Poldnor in the finals. Cool stuff. Yeah, there you go. That's the World Championship results. Some pretty funny stuff going down. A lot of Dengo. Made me happy to see that because I love Dengo. But hope you enjoyed. If you're new to the second channel, subscribe down below. Leave a link to Limitless if you want to go check out any of the decks for yourself. And I'll catch you later here on a second channel video very soon. Bye-bye.